Hey everyone, welcome back to a series of lectures about Python programming. Today we are diving into the awesome world of Visual Studio Code. The VS Code is considered as the ultimate code editor that's a game changer for developers. Whether you are a beginner or a pro, I will be sharing tips, tricks, and hidden features to supercharge your coding workflow. Visual Studio Code, or VS Code in short, is a powerful, lightweight, and highly customizable open source code editor that is developed by Microsoft. It was designed to streamline coding for developers of all levels. It supports for a wide range of programming language, built-in features like IntelliSense, debugging, and Git integration, and an extensive marketplace of extensions. VS Code adapts to virtually any workflow, from web development to data science and machine learning. Its intuitive interface, cross-platform compatibility with Windows, macOS, and Linux, and robust performance make it a favorite among programming seeking efficiency and flexibility. Whether you are writing Python code, JavaScript, or Java, and many other languages, VS Code provides the tools to boost productivity and enhance your coding experience. So in today's lecture, we are going to first install it, and also we will learn how to work with this VS Code and how to write Python codes in VS Code as well as in Jupyter notebooks in VS Code. So let's get started. In order to download VS Code, go to Google and download Visual Studio Code. Then we go to this web page, and based on your platform, you can select whether Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. So I'm going for Windows, and then the file start downloading here. Once the download has been completed, just you click on the file, accept the agreement, select a location to install Microsoft VS Code, next, 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 install, and wait for installation. Once you see this window, it means installation has been completed. Okay, our installation has been completed. Just we double click on Visual Studio Code and you will come to this page. This is the welcome message of VS Code. You can here generate a new file, open a folder, clone Git repository, and also if you already work with some files here, files and folders, you can see your recent files and folders here. So also you can see GitHub Copilot is here. You can ask question here. For example, I wanna chat with Copilot. I can ask Copilot to write a code for me here. For example, write a Python code to find prime numbers. For example, you can see it will write for me a code to find prime numbers. It makes coding very easy. So you should have one GitHub account here. If you don't have, you may make one GitHub account. Also here we have settings. For example, I can change the color theme. For example, I can make it light, or I can make it like, for example, dark. Here we have File Explorer. This is just like simply like Windows. You can add folders here. For example, new project. And in this new project, I can make files and folder. For example, I can click here and I can write here test.py. So as soon as specify the extension, then this will be Python logo here. Or you can go, for example, test.js. This will be a JS file. Or I can go here and say test.java. So it will be a Java file, right? So you can here, you can drag and drop your files here. For example, move your files, replace, anything you can do it here. You can refresh it. I have one code about prime numbers. I can here do searching. For example, I want to search, for example, for N1. You can see N variable here. I want to change it to, for example, N2. Then I click here, all N1 variables are changed to N2. Or, for example, here, if I go to this print here and right click on here, I can go to definition of print and I can get information about the print in Python. So one thing is here, if I want to run this code, this Python code, just I can go to here, press run, but it says there is Python is not installed. So if I want to make sure whether I have Python, so Python dash dash version, and it says Python was not found. So I need to install Python. I just go to Google here and I will write here download Python. And in here, I will go for downloading Python 3.13. Just I will click on here. And please make sure to add Python here. So install Python. All right, so Python has been installed successfully. Just close it, close this one. Then again, we will run this one and it says Python is not there. I will close the Visual Studio. I will open it again. And then I will type Python dash dash version, and you can see Python 3.13 is installed. Now my code is here. I just go to here and click on run, and you can see it asks me enter a number. I will add 13, and it says 13 is a prime number. If I run it again by pressing this one or F5, and ask me to enter a number, and I say 20 and say 20 is not a prime number. So another useful tab that you can see here is the source control. This source control provides access to version control features. It allows you to manage Git repositories, view changes, stage or unstage files, commit change, pull or push to remote repositories, and resolve conflicts. So you can work with it. This is for run and debug. If you press this one for the first time, you'll see some icon here for debug, and you can select your debug method on here. This is the extensions. You can see a lot of extensions here. Extensions are very important and helpful for VS Code. So these are my installed extensions, and here also you can see many kinds of extension that you can install. Simply you can click on install and this will be installed here. You can disable it. I want to, for example, uninstall Jupyter. I can uninstall, for example, I will uninstall Jupyter here. Then I can install Jupyter in here and I can work with Jupyter, right? Also here you can see configure Python test. You can click on here and use configure Python test for new directories. You can see Python here and Docker. This Docker help you to integrate of Docker. You can integrate Dockers. So I have this, for example, prime number. If you want to compare, you have a large code and you want to compare different parts of your code, just you can click here so you can see your code in two windows here. This is the terminal. So in terminal, you can do many things. If you cannot see the terminal, just you press. So in here, if it is closed, and this one is also closed. If you want to see terminal, just you press Control and backtick, so you can see terminal here. So like for example, I can see my Python version, or I can install some libraries. For example, I can pip install numpy, right? It's already installed. For example, install scipy, right? So I can add different libraries. I can install different libraries in the terminal here. So any extension that you install here, there will be many commands along with this extension. So you can go to command palette by pressing Ctrl Shift and P, and in here you can search for different commands. So for example, like Python debugger, everything here. Or for example, I install Jupyter. So you can see create a new Jupyter. And in here you can see if you don't have a Jupyter installed, just you can go to pip install Jupyter. So you can install Jupyter notebooks into your VS Code. You can start working with Jupyter in VS Code as well. All right, so for example, x is equal to 5, Then I can print my X. So in here, I need to select the kernel, and I will select this kernel here. So if I write this one, X is equal to 5, then X is equal to 5. Then here, for example, import numpy as np, print np.sqrt of x. So it is root square of 5. All right, so for example, here I want to make a new file and I will call it as sine.py. So it's a Python file and I want to plot sine function. In here, I will import numpy as np and also import. So you can see here, this IntelliSense is suggesting you code. If you want to accept this suggestion, just press tab, right? Then here, I need to generate some values for x. X is equal to np len space 0 to 10 and 100 points I will get. Then y is equal to np sine of x, plt.plot x and y, plt title, plt x label is x, plt y label is sine, and plt.show, right? So when I want to execute this code, it gives me some error because it says numpy is not installed. In here, I need to install numpy. So pip install numpy. So numpy will be installed. All right. So if again I click on here, it doesn't show because matplotlib is not installed. So pip install matplotlib. So matplotlib will be installed as well. So again, I will come here and I will click on here and I can see the sine function in here. I can do the same thing in Jupyter Notebook. Just I press Ctrl Shift and P and in here create new Jupyter. Just you type it if you can see. So you can see here it's like Jupyter Notebook, like import numpy as np. So it asks me select a kernel, so I will select the kernel here and it's okay. Then import matplotlib, matplotlib.pyplot as plt. And then here I will generate x as np len space of 0 and 10, 100 points. Then y is equal to np dot sine. And in the next cell, I will go for plotting, plot x and y, right? Then click here, as you can see, this sine function. We can go for setting here and we can go in here, we can go to like text editor. In the text editor here, you can click autosave. This autosave will help you to automatically save when there is a delay. And you can change the font size here, like for example, 15. And you can, go for font tab size, font family, and different kind of settings are here. Absolutely, there is no time to explain all of them one by one. So later in the next lecture, we will take them one by one and see the functionalities based on our demand whenever needed. Okay, that's all. This was an introduction about VS Code, how to download it, how to install it, how to download and install Python, and how to work with this IDE. Please install it, work with it, and feel free to ask me your questions by leaving a comment below this video lecture. Thank you and see you in the next lecture.